Ladies and gentlemen, bibliophiles, and seekers of wisdom, today we embark on a journey through the labyrinth of chance, a trek across the unpredictable terrain of luck and probability. We are diving into the delightful and at times disconcerting world of Fooled by Randomness, authored by the prophet of probability, the sultan of surprise, Nassim Taleb. What follows are 10 insights gleaned from this tome, a book not merely to be read, but to be absorbed, reflected upon, and lived. So, without further ado, let us unravel the mysteries ensconced within its pages. 1. The illusion of validity. Our first jewel of wisdom leads us to confront the human predisposition towards the illusion of validity. Our minds, brilliant yet fallible, often mistake noise for signals, randomness for patterns. We are determined gamblers, seeing winning streaks in the slot machine's random bleeps and bloops. Taleb cautions us against this hubris, reminding us that even a broken clock is right twice a day. In a symphony of randomness, we mistakenly believe we can predict the next note. But alas, life is not a melody but a cacophony. 2. Survivorship bias. A stroll through the Hall of Fame may inspire, but it also deceives. Survivorship bias lurks in every corner, praising the victors while the vanquished, equally valiant, are forgotten. We read the stories of billionaires and beatified CEOs applauding their foresight, yet ignore the graveyard of ventures that did not make it. Fooled by Randomness whispers to us, remember those who are not here to tell their tale, for luck's hand is impartial, and success is not the whole story. 3. The Black Swan. No, not the ballet, not the bird, but the event, rare, impactful, and only rationalized after it occurs. Black swans waddle into our lives, upsetting apple carts and stock markets with equal disdain. Taleb wittily points out that we cannot predict these moments, yet we often try, like fortune tellers gazing into crystal balls that reflect only our own biases. Embrace uncertainty, for it is the only certainty we have. 4. Skewed incentives. Like Pavlov's dogs salivating to the ring of a bell, we humans respond to incentives, but alas, not all jingles signify a feast. Taleb leads us through the corridors of corporations where bonuses are tied to performance, resultantly skewing risk appetites. But when the dice roll the wrong number, it's not the high rollers that pay the price. It's the little guy, the stockholders, society. Heed the moral of the story. Incentive without consequence is hubris without nemesis. 5. Randomness and happiness. Can one be a cog in the roulette wheel of life and still find happiness? Our author nods sagely, yes. Happiness, Taleb intimates, is not found on a yacht purchased with windfall gains, but in the tranquility of acknowledging randomness. Keep thy ego in check, for the same winds that carry you to success could change course. Do not equate happiness with a ticker tape parade. Sometimes it's found in a quiet cup of tea, with no expectation of tomorrow's weather. 6. Probability and skepticism. Probability, that mistress of uncertainty, beckons us to dance, hands us dice loaded with imperceptible imbalances. Taleb teaches us to be skeptics, not cynics. Question the likelihoods, the claims of market prophets, the too good to be true. For in skepticism there is wisdom, and in wisdom there is the fortitude to stand firm when randomness blusters through our porches. 7. The narrative fallacy. We are storied creatures, weaving narratives where there are none. This is the narrative fallacy, the compulsion to explain the inexplicable, to insert causality in chance. Financial markets surge, and suddenly every analyst becomes a clairvoyant. Taleb chuckles at our pretensions, imploring us to accept that sometimes the plot has no arc, the story no theme, the book no climax. Information and noise. In an era where information is as bountiful as sand on a beach, Taleb reminds us that not all grains glisten like gold. Much of what we consume is noise, distractions masquerading as news. He counsels to guard our mind's gate, to filter the flotsam and jetsam, to focus on what alters the course of rivers, not what ripples the surface of a puddle. 9. Scale and distribution. Not all randomness is born equal. There are laws, distributions, mathematical musings that govern the havoc. Be aware of scale. What applies to the waltz of atoms may not for the dance of stars. He introduces us to the bell curves and power laws, urging us to discard the one-size-fits-all spectacles with which we view randomness. The same chaos that lavishes riches on a stockbroker might snatch away a grandmother's life savings. 10. Personal resilience. In the face of all this randomness, how does one stand tall? Anti-fragile, whispers Taleb from the future. Embrace variability, adapt, learn, grow stronger with each surprise. Forge resilience not in the absence of randomness, but because of it. Build a garden that welcomes both sunshine and storm, for it is in such a garden that the most beautiful flowers bloom. Now, these droplets of insight from Fooled by Randomness are mere crystalline structures extracted from a vast ocean. But hold them up to the light, turn them over in your hands, peer through them, and perhaps you'll catch a glimpse of the world that Taleb sees. A world unpredictable and wild, yet undeniably beautiful. Let us take these lessons and apply them to our lives, knowing full well that tomorrow's lotto numbers remain a secret, that humility in the face of chaos is our greatest strength, and that in the end, being fooled by randomness is part of the human condition. To understand it is to be wiser, to embrace it is to be more human. And remember, the next time your coffee spills due to a seemingly malicious jolt of the table, it's not a sign of impending doom or a commentary on your character. It's just randomness, winking at you, reminding you to laugh at life's little surprises. Thank you, Nassim Taleb, for being a guide through the wilds of chance. As we navigate the jungles of our existence, may we be ever mindful of the randomness that shapes our paths. And may we all, when faced with the toss of the dice, smile at the outcome, be it snake eyes or lucky sevens, for it is in playing the game that we truly find the joy in living.